So here I was having a strip of only women,
Mhm.
only Black women. I didn't even include environments. I didn't even include bodies. I wanted kind of an in your face kind of way of talking. And I wanted a, not necessarily in your face like that, but in your
Right.
face, direct. Yes. And so you can look into someone's eyes instead of trying to find their cleavage, or
Mhm.
seeing what their bodies look like, or having
Mhm.
that tell the story about her, and just look at her head and her face and into her eyes. Initially, I was going to do, like, for the magazine, my idea was to do a different Black woman every time. So that's where the 12 characters came from, honestly. It wasn't until I was doing it for Detroit. I did it for Detroit for a year before a syndicate even. That's I'll talk about that too. But before I was syndicated, I did it for more than a year. I didn't get syndicated till '91, and I was encouraged to um, cut down the number of women that I used, and because people aren't going to be able to identify with everybody. I mean, as if we don't have that many kinds of personalities, that and
Right.
different types of women, but at least it wasn't just one. I had an
Right.
opportunity. I ended up cutting it down to, I couldn't get it down to fewer than 9, you know, that I was ready to cut down to. Um, but yeah, and then I started having them talk to each other, as so that the reader could, it would be a way for you to kind of eavesdrop on two girlfriends talking, and what they talk about and what they're thinking about and what issues matter to them. Um, the syndicate, um, I had an advocate there, Lee Salem, who's no longer with us, but Universal Press Syndicate is a syndicate that really believes in their artists. He's the one that brought Aaron Magruder on. Um, when Boondocks was first in the papers, that's where he started, at Universal Press, where I was. But it's also Gary Trudeau, Doonesbury. All these, they really support their artists. And Lee was like, "You could push the envelope. You don't have to um, stay in this, kind of relatively calm box of talking about relationships. You can talk about all kinds of things." And I had already started doing that, but he was like, "You can do that more, do that more." So I started to um, talk about, because women aren't don't that's not the only thing that is of concern to us, is our relationships, um,
Right.
whatever those relationships may be. But we're also concerned about racism. We're
Mhm.
also concerned about
Medical.
sexism on the job, you
Mm.
know? We're also concerned about access to,
Healthcare.
healthcare,
Yeah.
abortion rights.
Mhm.
So I was able to, um, mouth off, so to speak, through my characters on those topics, and, um, and I don't know if I made a difference, but I made some history.